What is up, good people of YouTube? This is Sean with Future View Gaming, and today I am going to break down a very casual game of Trials. When I say casual, I mean we just went in trying to have a little bit of fun. We had a couple good runs, almost making it to the Lighthouse this weekend. I think we bumped it up to about 6 to 7 matches, but every time you get that high, it's kind of a luck of the draw. And you end up getting the unlucky draw of red bars. And what the hell does Damage Doctor even do anyway, Bungie? I wish y'all would explain that to us, because it doesn't work. I mean, y'all, the shit is so fucking broken right now that even people who stream and they make money off of this game hate playing Trials on the weekends anymore, because you can't get a good consistency in the connections and stuff. Anyways, I'm not going to rant about that. As you see, we're going against a Blade Dancer and 2 Sunsingers. Now, in the first round, I get a little bit more aggressive than I normally would. I'm usually a very passive player. And right here I go in. I'm like, alright, I'm going to try and lightning grenade that door before they can get through it. The guy gets in and I hit him in the face. We got one jumping up and I get hit by the firebolt and I get shot. I run the wrong way. I should have ran back through the doorway into our room where we spawn at. I actually like that spawn. You have the best field of view into the upper area where everybody always goes. But I put my team at a very bad disadvantage, and that turns into a 2v1, and JMO's just, yeah, he's pretty much screwed with 2 Sunsingers chasing him down. And as I've noticed, one of the Sunsingers is actually using the Void Fang Vestment to get his grenade back. I'm like, okay, so these guys are going to be spamming firebolts like it's their only lifeline. And it is so fucking annoying when you go against a team that does that constantly. Like right there, there's one. Here goes the second one straight into the room. I'm like, okay, I'm hurt. I need to back off. I get a really dirty snipe right there. I'm like, I'm happy with that. And I try and pop up, and I see this guy. I'm like, is he going to re-peek it? I'm waiting on him to re-peek. I know I'm by myself, but my res is right next to me. I didn't realize he had a second res next to him, and I choked 2 snipes, but I finish him with the hand cannon as he gets the other res. Again, I choke another snipe, and I get a body shot. I love this spawn because of that wall right there that faces right in front of the door. You can throw your lightning grenades in there, and it eliminates them unless they shoot the lightning grenade, which most people are too stupid to do. But it eliminates the push. I had a game earlier in the day where I killed the entire team because of lightning grenades on that door when they tried to push out on me on a 3v1. Now, I go up here and I post up on my staircase, and you'll notice the biggest mistake of this night, in my opinion, outside of the first round. I'm right here, and there's Dennis right there. So we're pretty much fighting over snipes, and that is not good, and that's not good communication where neither one of us said, hey, I got steps covered. So I push in and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna cover this orb. I know we're 2v1 on them right now, so I'm like, okay, I know we're 2v1. I try and get the snipe on them and I get hit. I back off a little bit, let my health come back up, and I'm like, okay, I need to decide what I'm gonna do. I see Jay making a push, so I decide to push in a little bit. I'm like, alright, he's blinking around back, I'm gonna get the res. I figured Jay would clean him up. Jay's pretty good about stuff like that sometimes. He gets it taken care of. So right now we're ahead 2-1. Excuse me. And we're feeling kind of good. We're like, alright, we know what these guys are doing. And I'm like, I'm gonna go back to my staircase, and I'm like, And once again, you're gonna notice it again. To me, that should have been a headshot in this armpit, all up in my face. You cannot stack up, especially against teams with firebolts when they're spamming them, because the Viking Funeral firebolts are absurdly overpowered. Even the melee, like if they melee you and you get away from them, the burn is pretty much going to kill you. It's going to put you down, and just those combos right there can keep you out of a match for a long time. As you see Jay get punched out of the super again. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to throw a nade on my little wall over there, my choice wall, and you see it gets hit markers almost every time. Like right there, it would have hit the guy who got revived. It hit him after that. Jay's able to get the kill, but he burns out and I burn out. Or he gets meleeed out and I burn out. Fireball grenades, man, Sunsinger is really, really just retarded with those things. Now, they got to be feeling good. They've tied it up. I'm like, okay, nope, I'm not going to the staircase since Dennis keeps taking my spot. Some bitch. I'm like, okay, this guy's going to try and icebreaker me. I'm like, alright, let's see. Is he going to wide peek? Is he going to wide peek? Come on, re-peek it. I'm like, alright. And Jay gets him down. I'm like, okay, he's down. Go ahead and get this guy hit and finish him with the hand cannon. He gets up, and I was able to get the final headshot on him after he self-reses. I'm like, alright. They got the other guy up. So right now it's 3v2. Logically, it would be a good idea to push in, but I'm trying to stay back and play a little bit passive. I'm trying to cover the orb. I believe that's the same thing Dennis is trying to do. So we got them throwing all their nades in. I'm off in this corner, so I'm pretty safe. And Dennis decides to push out. He and J-Mo get a kill, but he gets cleaned up. I'm like, alright. So I know this guy's right here on this wall, and I get the nice shoulder bash. I get the res. The guy self-reses. I'm like, I'm not having that today, bro. Nope. Not giving that one to him. So we're going to go in the heavy round with the lead. And here's where you got to make a decision. Are you going to get the heavy, or are you going to wave it off? Normally, especially on this map, I don't care for heavy. I don't go after it. I usually just say fuck it and go after the enemy team. And right here I decided I at least want to harass them a little bit. In hindsight, this was a good decision, but I shouldn't have stayed up here like I did. Like right there, I didn't get the headshot. I should have just gotten out of there. I wasn't aware of where the other guy was. He gets the res, and I'm like, okay. So they're all three up. All three of them have heavy. I continue. I get the headshot, but I get rocketed. Puts my team at a disadvantage. They've got two people with heavy. J-Mo's down to being the only person up after Dennis gets killed with a rocket, and he's down. And we're like, okay, we'll let them have the heavy round. Heavy round isn't that big of a deal. To me, it's usually just a freebie to whoever gets it. I could care less about who wins heavy round. So now we're like, alright, they tied it up again. I'm like, okay, I'm going to botch the jump into the window. I'm going to get here, and I know this guy's going over here to snipe. So he does, and I pick off the headshot. I'm like, alright. So I'm like, I'm going to watch this orb. They're going to throw their fire bolts and push my team back. I'm like, I don't want to get real aggressive with Sunsingers, especially with the firebolt spam. They get Dennis, so now it's 2v2. I'm still watching this orb. I'm like, they're going to have to go for this res. I'm like, alright, he pops across, and he distracts me to where I don't get the res snipe, and I blow the snipe on him. I get one shot, I pick up some ammo, because I need the ammo. I try to hit the ceiling right there, and I didn't realize they were pushing out behind me, and at this point I'm like, oh, fuck it. My shoulder bash isn't coming up to be active, so I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a lost cause either way. So we give them the lead, and all they need is one more win. And we're sitting there feeling like idiots because we are playing so passive, but at the same time we're not communicating our pushes. That's the biggest mistake that you can make, is not communicating your pushes. Right here I'm like, okay, is one of them going to push outside maybe? Going for a blade dance. I'm like, okay, he's low, he's downstairs, he's somewhere. I'm like, oh, there it is, there's the blade dance. I'm like, alright, let me get 2 shots into him. I couldn't hit the next one, so I'm like, alright. So I bait him in, and he's slashing. I'm like, okay, I got the lift on him. While he's slashing at my feet. I'm able to kind of get on top of him and just punch him out of it, which anyone who's ever played Blade Dancer knows that their vertical movement is complete shit. And that was kind of the wrong decision for him. He popped his Blade Dance. He had 2 other targets that were stacked up. He could have went after them, and he probably would have gotten those 2 down. I mean, I'm not going to guarantee yes or no. It looks like Jay has a super, so he might have been able to counter it. He goes in, he smashes one of them. I'm like, alright, this guy rolls in, he kills Dennis. I go out and clean up with the hand cannon and get the res, but it doesn't matter because Jay gets the final kill. And we win the round. And we're all like, yay, we won, it's so good. But, you know, it was kind of a pointless round. Anyways, the montage is still in the editing stage, is coming soon. And I'll be uploading more content here pretty soon. Anyways, you guys have a good one, YouTube. Take it easy.